I think if I were to be remembered for any one thing, I would hope it would be for my work in the true crime genre. You have to remember, I was doing true crime podcasting even before the internet. I was 6 when I started. Back then, you did a podcast, you'd have to record your voice onto a tape, and then go find your friend and say, hey, here's my new episode of my podcast. Maybe next week there'll be another one, and the whole process would start over again. And maybe by that time your friend would have moved away or gotten married. My first real true crime podcast was the Cherry Garcia murders, based on the famous case of Jordan Buttram of Oregon, who only killed whenever Ben & Jerry's announced a new flavor. Chunky Monkey, a stockbroker, was beheaded. Fish Food, the bodies of 2 folk singers, were found in a bowling ball return. And then, of course, the Peanut Butter Cup killing, which they actually made a movie out of, which was lost. Physically lost by Paramount. That one, actually, that killing, Buttram murdered an entire college chess team, for which, incidentally, he was the first person ever to be banned for life by the International Chess Federation. I didn't have any research help back then at all, so I got a few things wrong. The gender of the killer, Jordan Buttram, I was kind of inconsistent with that throughout the series. It kept changing week to week. Also, one of the murders I ascribed to him, I'd gotten conflated with a murder that actually happened within a role-playing campaign that a friend of mine was involved with. Patricide Wrote a Segue was the first true crime podcast I did that really got some notice. It's definitely a case that haunts me to this day, and it really brought to light the hidden epidemic of violent murders committed while on Segways. I think the research I did really helped the FBI break up some of the wheeled gangs that have become so terrifyingly prevalent in places like Boulder and Palo Alto. After it was booked into evidence, the police let me ride the Segway that Mark Fishenhines had used to run over all 4 of his stepfathers. I didn't, though. It seemed kind of dorky. I think the strangest podcast I've done, without question, was the 8-parter about Goldie Hawn. All those interviews with law enforcement, and I still can't figure out how such a beloved actor, singer, dancer committed such heinous atrocities. And the fact that not one of the shins has ever been recovered. I mean, how many times have I laughed and cried so hard watching the Banger Sisters? And now it's like, good luck ever appreciating that again. I definitely want to do one about Jack the Ripper. Absolutely. It's kind of like the Wimbledon of true crime. And I have my own theory about it. There was a very little known boat scrubber back during that time named Vinton Chuft. And if you read his letters very, very carefully, leave out a few things, you can really see that he may be the killer. And killing for a very specific, very unusual reason. To protest an overly restrictive maximum catch rule for the common bream, which is a European freshwater fish found in the Thames. And toward the end of Chuft's letters, you can really sense in his soul that he understands that he overreacted. Do I feel bad about bringing so much dark, disturbing material into the world? No, I do not. Should Dr. Zeus feel bad about bringing too many rhymes into the world? Should Bob Evans feel bad about bringing too much mushroom gravy into the world? I mean, true crime is the language that we speak to one another these days. A long time ago, we all spoke Latin, and then we spoke Shakespearean. Then we all did hippie speak. Now, if you meet someone at a party or at a job interview, we don't say, hey, how are you? What hours are you available? We say, hey, do you think Foxcatcher should be a graphic novel? Sorry, funny tweet about cross-contamination. You were asking me if I ever graduated high school.